What's up everybody, Curtis here from Digibit, and today we are starting part 2 of our custom water cooling reservoir. So in part 1, I'll link a card right about here, we went over the general bill of material, what material we were going to make it out of, and started on the design. Well, today we're going to get a little further than that in part 2. I am using Autodesk Fusion 360. You can use free services such as Google Sketchup. I'll put a link to that down in the description below. CAD is something fun to kind of get into and play with. You can make a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, come along for the journey. Hopefully I teach you a little bit about CAD work and things like that, get you interested. And yeah, let's continue making this guy behind me. Alright, so this is where we left off last time. So we got the back piece of acrylic here. We got that laid out. We also cut the groove into the acrylic here so that way our O-ring can go in there and make everything nice and watertight, because the last thing we want to do is leak water inside of our computer. So with that laid out, the first thing we need to do is actually dig out the reservoir section of this. So to start, what I'm going to do is measure from here to here, and we have 0.655 inches. So I'm actually going to make a line. Come on. There we go. From here to here, and I want to see what 3/4 of an inch will leave us. And we're going to do that on the other side as well. So from here over to 0.75, and I think that's going to leave us enough room there. We just need a little ledge. That way it's less likely to crack right there where that groove is cut out. We'll have a little bit of material left on this side for support. So with that there and that there, we need to come over here and make a line just past this as well. We'll go another 0.75. And then over at the bottom, we'll make yet another one. So 0.75. Boom. Oh, so that one right there, actually, no, that looks fine. We can leave that. And then go over here. I'm gonna go just past that and make another point. What I'm doing here is I'm actually going to make this a little easier on myself to kind of go in and make a curved line. So with these here, I can kind of just like take the point and begin the section where I would actually curve this around. So one more right there, and then 0.7, well, that's 6.5, that's not right. 0.75. Okay, so now I can take a line and connect these to that, and then these to that. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's going to look great. That's nice and tied up against there. That's going to give us plenty of room. So let's go back to drawing. And then I need my spline tool, because this is what's going to allow us to make a point there, make a point here, a point here, a point there, and then you kind of just want to recreate and then back to there, and then click our check mark. Now we can kind of zoom in and we can tighten these dots up. So let's go to move. We're going to click that point and we're going to drag it there, drag it down. Now this is where things get a little, not complicated, but it's easy to mess up. Like there, I believe I made this line just a hair too far up, which is okay. I'm not too awful worried about that. So now we can actually straighten up with this. And you see how this line down here straightened up much more? Oh, okay. This stinking thing. And now we can do the same up here. We can take that. Okay. For whatever reason, that did not work. I think I grabbed the wrong point. Now we can go, okay. Alright, whatever. That's cool, I guess. It's not letting me move that dot. So, because there is an underlying dot, I need to... Alright, we'll just go ahead and move the rest of them real quick. I might leave a little arch right there just to kind of make it look a little different. That looks fine. Like I said, I'm not looking to get this perfect because once we give this to the machine shop, because I am planning on getting this actually produced, just to kind of show you guys like the process of getting your own parts made, because this is a really good option to be able to do. Plus it's really cool to be able to look in your computer and be like, I made that. So yeah, there we go. That looks fine. Cool. Now we got to go to the bottom and hit our spline tool yet again. That's looking good. So we'll go over here to this point. Oops. What's going on? Stop it. Okay. So now we'll go to this point, and then we'll kind of bring that in just a hair. Same thing here. Bring it in. And then this one's massively got to come in. But yeah, once I show this to our machine guy, I'll work with him and we'll iron out some of the details. But for now, this is more of a general what goes into producing your own stuff. You can follow this. You can make changes as you go along. Really kind of exercise your creativity here. All right, now you see, once we have this kind of guide here, we really do need to come in here and move some of these dots again, because we don't want this right up against that, because that creates a weak point. And as acrylic heats up and cools down, it gets more brittle. So we really don't want anything to crack. So make sure you have plenty. I'm probably a little too liberal with my spacing. I could probably tighten it up a little more, but I like to err on the side of caution when designing things. I like to give myself a little bit more wiggle. So, all right, there's that. Now, here comes the really cool part. So we can select this and that, and we are going to, oh, hang on a minute, getting ahead of myself. So we need to go down here and tighten up some of these dots as well. Well, not tighten, but kind of give ourselves a little bit more wiggle room. Like this one is right on top of that. So we'll go here. We'll go here. Lift that up. Boop. And I think we might be good on that. So now we can select here, here, this, and this. And we can actually do a press pull, which is going to allow us to do a cut into the acrylic. Now, I'm actually going to change this to -0.85 just to give us a little bit more room there at the bottom. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and make our G1/4 port. So what I actually need to do is go over here to line. Actually, I want to inspect, because I need to do a line. So from here, so if we come in probably at 1 1/4 inches, I think we'll be fine. So we're going to go down here to the bottom. We're going to select our line tool. Click this face. We're going to find the middle and go over 1 1/4 inches. Now with that there, we should be able to go over here to create hole. I'm going to select that point, and this is not the actual dimension. This is just to get us in the ballpark. Whoops. Making all kinds of crazy movements today. Perfect. All right. So with that hole cut, we can go in here, select this, and we're actually going to create threads. Now what I need is BSP pipe, and we're going to go to a G1/4 by 19 thread. Hit enter, and there we go. That is the general thread that you're going to find on a majority of your water cooling components. We're going to go ahead and just thread that whole thing. It really doesn't matter, but as you can see, we have that nice port on the bottom, and then that's going to allow the coolant to drain down. We're going to put a fitting here, and that's going to feed our pump. And the inlet ports, we are actually going to, through the faceplate that we're going to design in the next part, going to put 2 ports here. Now I'm putting 2 ports here because I want to be able to, in the instance that you're not putting this in the back fan location, maybe you're sticking it in the front, you want to have 2 ports over here so you can fill easily from either side. That's just kind of a general look ahead I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go ahead and make a second G1/4 port over here. So let's do that. We'll go over, select this face, and again we want to find the center point. We're going to go over 1 1/4 inches. We're going to hit create. We're going to make another hole, select that point, and then make sure we're going all the way through, which we are not. So boom. Now we're going to go over here, select that, go over to create thread, and again we want to select our BSP pipe threads. Now there's 2 main kinds of BSP threads. There is BSPT, which is a tapered thread. You don't want to use that. You want to use a BSPP, which is a parallel thread. That is going to make sure that that thread doesn't taper, so the fitting will fit all the way in it and seal against the little O-ring that sits in the fitting. So there we go. Now we have 2 bottom ports. So same thing, no matter where you mount it in the case, this one will be easier to access sometimes, and this one will be easier to access. Just a little foresight. And yes, I believe that is a good stopping point for this video, and the next one will continue, and we will actually put in our faceplate and drill all the little holes so that way we can run our mounting screws to squish those two plates together and make a good tight seal against the O-ring that sits in here. So yeah, time for conclusion. Hey everyone, thanks for making it to the end of this video. Be sure to hit that like button if you liked the video, hit the dislike button if you disliked it. Be sure to hit me up in the comment section down below. I love hearing your guys' feedback and I look forward to it with every video. Also, be sure to hit me up on social media. I'll have the links to those down in the description below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you are always up to date with what's going on with Digibit Computers. And yeah, thanks for sticking around and I will see you guys in the next video. This makes me feel like I'm kind of in a Marvel movie, that this little teaser is only for the true loyal people that make it to the very end of my videos.